The Book of Enoch, also called First Enoch, is an ancient Jewish religious text that is not part of the canonical Bible for most branches of Judaism or Christianity, but it has had a significant influence on early Jewish and Christian thought. Here's a detailed overview. The Book of Enoch is a collection of writings attributed to Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, mentioned in Genesis 5:21-24. Enoch is a mysterious figure in the Bible, described as someone who walked with God and was taken up to heaven without dying. The Book of Enoch expands on his story and presents him as a prophet and scribe of divine knowledge. Though not considered scripture by most Jews or Christians today, it was highly influential in the Second Temple period, roughly 500 BCE to 70 CE. It was preserved in Ge'ez, Classical Ethiopian, and remains canonical in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The Book of Enoch is composed of 5 major sections. The most famous section describes how angels, called Watchers, descended to earth and took human wives. Their union produced the Nephilim, giant, violent offspring who corrupted the world. These angels taught humans forbidden knowledge. For example, weapons, cosmetics, astrology. God judges the Watchers, and Enoch serves as a mediator. Contains 3 parables or visions. Introduces the figure of the Son of Man, a messianic figure who will bring justice. This section heavily influenced early Christian ideas of the Messiah and judgment. Also called the Book of the Heavenly Luminaries. Describes detailed visions of the sun, moon, stars, and calendar systems. Emphasizes a solar calendar rather than the lunar calendar used in Jewish tradition. Enoch has 2 symbolic dreams. One recounts the history of Israel from Adam to the final judgment in allegorical terms, e.g., animals represent people or nations. A mix of ethical teachings, prophecy, and apocalyptic visions. Speaks of the final judgment, resurrection, and a new age of righteousness. Likely written between 300 BCE and 100 BCE by multiple authors. Reflects a time of tension between the faithful and corrupt leadership in Israel, especially during Greek and Roman rule. Addresses themes like justice for the righteous, judgment of the wicked, heavenly secrets, the corruption of angels and humans. While not included in the Hebrew Bible, parts of Enoch influenced Pharisaic and Essene beliefs, such as the Dead Sea Scrolls. The story of the Watchers and Nephilim may explain the cryptic Genesis 6:1-4. New Testament writers were aware of Enoch. Jude 1:14-15 quotes directly from Ris Enoch. Concepts like fallen angels, the Son of Man, and final judgment appear in Enoch in the New Testament. Early church fathers, e.g. Tertullian, respected the book, but it was eventually excluded from the biblical canon. Only the Ethiopian Orthodox Church includes it as scripture. Considered non-canonical by Rabbinic Judaism, Catholicism, Eastern Orthodoxy, and Protestantism. Reasons include uncertainty about its authorship, its mythological and apocalyptic content, lack of inclusion in the Septuagint, a Greek Old Testament, and Hebrew Bible. Some church fathers considered it inspired but not authoritative. Angelic rebellion and divine justice. Corruption of humanity. Apocalyptic judgment. Messianic hope. Heavenly mysteries. Prophetic visions and symbolism. The Book of Enoch is a fascinating piece of ancient literature, a window into the religious imagination of early Judaism, and a bridge to the apocalyptic visions found in the New Testament. While not considered part of the Bible by most, it's still a valuable text for understanding how early believers thought about angels, the end times, and divine justice.